Oh, hey folks. This is just a little bit of a taste of sort of the kind of stuff that I do pretty much every single day to progress my Japanese. So this is Wanikani, which I started using only a few weeks ago to help me with learning kanji. Because whilst I know hiragana and katakana, kanji is a big barrier to me really understanding the world around me in a way. So I've got it up to level 3. I'm probably not far off of level 4, which is really at the very beginning of this process. There is actually some kanji that I know that hasn't yet cropped up in this, but they'll come along soon enough. So basically this is a memorization app that you need to do multiple times a day really. So I'm just going to go through today's reviews and we'll see what comes out. So let's start the session up here. So essentially it teaches you the radicals, which are like the building blocks of kanji, and then the meanings, and then actual meanings of the kanji when it's used in compound stuff. So this one I know that it means fur. Kanji reading for this one is ko, I believe. And the way that it does this is when it first teaches you the kanji, it will give you the reading that it wants you to learn at this stage, and will show you the radicals that you've previously learned. So you had the fins, which are at the top here, and then you have the private part, which is this bit that almost looks like a stylized 4. But the bit that helps you memorize it is the little stories that go with it. So it may seem a bit bizarre, but they do stay in your mind. And with these radicals, it has told you a little story about various characters. In this case, there's this character called Koichi. So for this one, it says, as you head out into public, which is basically what this kanji means, where everyone sees your fins, so it refers to the radical that's over here. But things have changed. All the people are the same. There are thousands of ko, and it's highlighted the ko part, Koichis walking around, and they all stare at you, though they pretend like they aren't. Now that sounds really bizarre, but essentially a lot of the stories have introduced a character called Koichi in his lips, but that's another story. But essentially, the stories kind of, in a way, connect together. So I can help think about how that this is private, but now you're heading out into public because that's what this means, and the actual reading of it is to do with Koichi's lips. So you can imagine that you're outside in public, and there's thousands of Koichis with their lips walking around, and you just remember the first part, ko, and Bob's your uncle. That's how it comes together. Others are more simple. So this one means goju. Oh, it's actually asking me for the English. So the first kanji there is 5. Second symbol is 10. So 5 tens are 50. So quite simple. This one's quite new. This one's wakeru. This means to separate. So you just basically, so this is British person. So this is katakana. So it's igirisujin. So the only kanji in this is actually at the very end, the sort of almost tent looking like character. It's actually jin, or person. So igirisujin. So British person. And we know that this one means public. And you can see that it's grading your overall progress with that kanji. This one, as I say, means to separate. It's a verb because it ends in u. In this case, ru. So, ironically, I don't think I can actually spell separate in English, but I never can remember if it's an e or an a there. But it will let it through, and it will say that my answer was a bit off because I can't spell the English. Okay, it's an a. Separate. So yeah, it gives you these little stories, so it's really helpful. This one stands for, it's Futou, and it's fat. So, and here it's just asking me the meaning. So it does jumble these all up. So the kanji in this one is the very first symbol, which is outside or foreigner. So in this case, it's asking me for the vocabulary. So this one's a little bit more difficult because the kanji meaning of this one here alone is gai. So you may have heard of the word gaijin, which means foreigner, or you might have gaikoku, which means foreign country. But when it actually becomes a piece of vocabulary, this actually means soto, which means outside. So you could say soto de kohi o nomimashita. Outside, I drank a coffee, or something like that. So, but when it's part of vocabulary, because we've got hiragana attached to it, it begins to diversify its meaning. And this one, I think, means extremity or the outer limits, as it were. So, it is. So this one, I believe, is pronounced as hazure, which we can check. Does it actually give me the reading here? It doesn't, oddly enough. That's strange. Maybe that's because it's going to ask me the reading shortly. So this one's mother. It's friendly, so like Watashi no haha desu. So I think that's right. That is my mother, or something like that. So, but you wouldn't say to like anata no haha. That might be a bit strange. It would be anata no okasan. So anyway, I'm not going to go explain all of these because this would be just ridiculously long. But you can see how it builds it up. So this one, as I said, goju 50. So okay, so this is where it's going to ask me that reading. So I think it's hazure, and it is. And now when you're actually examining the details, you can see, yes, there you've got the reading. So it didn't tell us it because it wanted you to not be prompted, shall we say, before, and it does give you pronunciation as well. So, and you can see that you've got these little stories here. So let's work them through. So the kanji reading for this one is mo, and for this one it told me about mowing the fur off or something. Very bizarre, but it works for me. Kanji meaning for this one is heart. This one means... so these kanjis individually mean middle or inside and stop. So this is a new one of me, so let's have a think. So this one individually is she. This one individually is chu. Oh, I can't remember. Vocabulary. Oh, it might mean very. No, it doesn't. Oh, suspension. Okay, completely wrong. So this is a new one of me. So essentially the meaning of this particular piece of vocabulary is suspension. So say for example a train service is cancelled. So the explanation here says when something is in the middle of an action but it's stopped, that means it's put into suspension. So a train service was running but it suddenly had to stop for one reason or another. So that's how that story or that idea gets planted in your head, and yeah, so it will come back up. This one is Autonashi, which means obedient or I want to say sensible, but maybe not. Okay, so now it's asked me the meaning again, so I'm going to put suspension in there. That's okay. This one means inside. This one is Yoka, which is the eighth day of the month, and I can never remember which way around these go, but I think it's this way around. Yoka. It's not, it's Youka. I always get this mixed up because the fourth is almost identical. The fourth is Yoka, the eighth is Yoka. Yeah. Kanji reading for this one, heart. Shin. Inside. I know the kanji is 9. Oh, chu. No, uchi. As in home. This one means queen. So first kanji there is ona. The second one is o, which means king. So ona jo, which is what the o kanji changes to means onajo, so queen. Okay, so igirisu jin. Okay, this one means noon, so that's go. Autonashi, that's obedient, as I said. That's ko, as in miyako, old shrine. Miyako being where I live. That one's mother, as I say. This one we resolved meant suspension, so this one's gonna be tricky because, as I say, if you took the kanji radicals, it would be nakashi. No, sorry, chushi, but I don't believe it is. I'm just gonna put that in anyway because I can't. Oh, it is chushi. Well, that was lucky. So yeah, as I say, this one's stop, and this one's middle or centre or inside, yeah, and the kanji radical means that one is chu, this one is shi. So jo, wrong. Ooh, on. What did I get wrong there? On okay, it's this. That's meant to be na. But you have to press the keys the right amount of time to get the right hiragana to come out. That one means north, and that's ki. Oh. Is the kanji reading kita, or is it ho? Yeah, it's ho. No, it's not. Hoku. Okay. As in tohoku. So that means north anyway, so kita. You'd often see it on road signs as like Miyako Kita or Yamada Kita or other various road signs, basically the north exit on an expressway. Okay, that's gaijin. Oh, foreigner. Okay, that's asking me reading gaijin. This one means not good at. Oops, it's asked me to say. It's heta. So yeah, that means not good at. So old. Kanji reading, so that was hoku. As in tohoku. This one's the 8th day, so it's Yoka. Hiku means to pull. This means door. And that means north. Okay, so vocabulary meaning. So as I say, this is not good at. And it comes from this meaning below or under, or well, yeah, below or under. And this one is hand, te. And but various meanings change with kanji, which is why it's so bloody difficult. But essentially, what it means is that your hand is not good at, in a way. So it's below par. But it means not good at. So this one, as I said, means noon. This one is father. Now this one is city, as in Miyako-shi, she being city. Itsuka, so Itsuka is the 5th day of the... Oh! No. I've done that completely wrong. That's May. Sorry, that's Gogatsu. Kanji to. Good. Onna. There we go. Onajo. Oh, I still got it wrong. Oh, okay, I got this completely wrong. It's just Joel. Okay. That's cool. That's why I'm doing this, is because I think I know something, but I actually don't. This one's Chi-Chi. As I say, this is to pull. Okay, let's get this one right now. Yay, I'm an apprentice. This one means to cut, I think. Yeah. Shi. Kanji, that's hiro, as in hiroi, wide. Hiroi being the adjective. Okay. 8th day. This one's task. Oh, what's the reading for this one again? Oh, it's yo. Yes. He. Can't you? Oh, right. This one is life, as in sensei. So yeah, this is say. That means now, ima or kon. Task. This one is arrow, and I believe that's you. You've got. I might get this wrong. I think it's yajirushi, which is arrow. Let's just check that. Yajirushi. Yeah, yajirushi, and you can see that the kanji is there, so it does transform. You know, it's you. Well, I think it's you here. No, it's not. Okay, it is ya. Okay, well sometimes these kanjis change meaning, so but yeah. So to remember the reading ya, we use the word Yankees, like the evil baseball team. Whatever. What is this arrow doing? It's following around the Yankee baseball players, stalking them, waiting to make its move. I'll decide what its move is. Okay, so as long as I think of this being a Yankees supporter or something like that, and who is it following, I'll think of ya. And also, I can draw this connection with yajirushi, which is, as I say, arrow. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so yeah. This one is to stop, so tomaru, which means to stop. No? Oh, it's because. Let's change it. Tomaru. Oh, it's asking me for the meaning anyway. To stop. This one is to. I don't know. I can't remember. This one Setsuru, maybe? No. Kiru. When you think to cut something, what do you think about cutting? One thing is cutting down a tree. It's also ki. Kiru, I suppose so. So cut down a tree. Kiru. Okay. This one is tomeru. Okay, that's arrow. Yay. This one means soil, as in doyobi. Vocabulary in tomaru. Kanji is kon, as in konshu this week. Okay, kiru, to cut. Life, say. This one is. This is to get fat. Oh, I can't remember. Let's go with futoru. Oh, hang on. It's asking me. I really need to read this properly. To get fat. Yeah. Vocabulary. This means you are stopped, I believe. It's halted, I think. Rather than you voluntarily stopping, it's stopped. How does it express this, though, in the meanings? I might be completely wrong, so... to be stopped? No. To stop something, to stop. Yeah, this word consists of kanji, hiragana, tachikasa, hiragana, and the usen. This word is verb. Kanji itself means stop, and the verb vocab version of it is to stop something. That's kind of what I meant, but I didn't express it well. So it's to stop something. So this particular word is when you're stopping something, i.e. doing the action of stopping it rather than being requested to stop, which is tomaru. Okay. This one's ona. Oh, it's woman. It's ona no hito. So polite way of saying woman. So, okay, let's try futoru. Oh, it is, because futoi, futoi, it means fat, so futoru obviously means to get fat. Vocabulary, soto, I think, yes, outside. Soil is suchi. This one's oka, so, oh, let's go another. And you can see the ha-ha part in there as well, so another. This one's origin, which is gen. Oka-san. This one means winter. This one is direction. Where do you want to go? Home. Okay, go gatsu. May. May. Outside. Oh God. What could this one be? So there's I honestly don't know. Kireru. Oh, okay, so this word consists of kanji. Something is snapping. Turns out that something is your arm. Your arm is a key tree that grew out of you one day. What is this key doing here? You ask, and suddenly it breaks in half. Ow, 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 my key has been cut. So, kireru. Ah, does this mean to cut? As opposed to cut, it's to cut, because it's a verb. So, I wonder if it takes an object, as in kami or kire. It's an eru verb. Kiremashita? Let's try that. This is how basically my study goes. It goes off in tangents. So let's do kami. Not God, I want paper. Which one of you is paper? Okay. Kami o kire. Do I need? I ran out of paper. Really? I mean, obviously, I don't take this as gospel. So then what I can do is I could say kire root conjugation. Oh, kireru. Kireru. Kiteru? No. Here it is. Kiremasu, kiremasen, kire. Where's the past? Kiremashita. I ran out of paper. Why? Maybe that's ultimately what it. No, so I've got that right. I ran out of paper. Kami o kire. I was expected to say I cut the paper. Can we go? This is what I mean about using Google Translate for this stuff. It's it has its purposes, but I cringe when I see Google Translate being used in English classes to teach the children how to translate their Japanese into English because it gets it wrong. And that's, I don't know what nakunata or nakunata is. I don't What does it suggest where I cut the paper? Well, that's what I had. This is what I mean. So, oh no, it's because I hadn't conjugated the verb correctly, had I? Although, kirimashita. Ah, this is interesting. Just bear with me, folks. Okay, so this is like one of my notebooks that I just use for studying. See, it's just full of stuff. But what I probably won't be in this one. Okay, now this is my Japanese from 01 textbook. As you can see, I've finished it and it's pretty beat up now, but it's a really good textbook. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at to refresh my memory on the verb conjugation. So iru eru verbs. Is there an iru eru verb in here? Iku, kuru, kaeru. Okay, kaeru. Oh, okay. So I do need to change. Yeah. I think what's happened is I'm getting confused with the polite versus everyday form, as it were. Because with iru eru verbs, you drop the final ru, and then I'm getting quite confused here. But essentially, so if we go back to the beginning, I can explain this, I think. So this is kireru, okay, to cut something, okay. So this is just the infinitive form, essentially, of the verb. Now I believe, if we come over here, you'll notice that the plain, like, cut the paper, is just what we call a dictionary form. So if we were to change this to let's change this up here again. Kireru. Can cut the paper. Can cut paper. I suppose it's not imperative, is it? So it's you can cut the paper. Oh, kiru. Oh, this is just getting too complicated now. Now we're getting into dekimasu, which means the ability or can do something. So, anyway, what I was going to explain is that, generally speaking, the dictionary form is basically what you can use in everyday conversation. But to conjugate it into polite form, we need to change the final hiragana, the ru, into the e form, which is ri. So it becomes kireri. But then we also have to add the ending. So if it's sort of present or future positive, as it were, you know, sort of it's happening or going to happen, we can say kirerimasu, which is, where is it in here? Yeah, because in here it's actually dropped the ru. It's not conjugated it at all there. I mean, this is supposedly done automatically. Let me check something else. So this gives you a really good idea of how I actually do learn. So kireru. So this is an app on my phone, which is excellent. This is called Emua, and sadly, there isn't a website available. But okay, so we've got the information of the verb here, and it says it's an ichidan verb. So if I change it to polite conjugations, I think I was right originally, and it's Google. that is getting it wrong by the looks of it, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, I'm going to get another book now. Okay, this is Japanese from 02, so I'm more or less all the way through this one now. But at the very beginning, it starts off with conjugating iru, eru verbs. Okay, so iru, eru verbs. Addition ones ends with ru and last use hiragana rhyme with iru or eru. So kireru, eru. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it does. The ru is dropped from the end and the verb ending is added. For example, iru, to be or to exist, you would conjugate that politely as imas, like I have. So I am. So yes. So you could say igurusuji imas. I am English or British. Same thing, and yeah, here you got taberu, to eat. So you could say pizza or tabemashita. Pizza or tabemashita. I ate pizza. I eat pizza. Oh, tabemashita. So I ate pizza. Yes. So there are exceptions, though. So there are some so-called iru, eru verbs that are exceptions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the example exceptions here, because this one is an ichidan verb, so I don't think this is an exception at all. So let's look at kireru, which might explain whilst the conjugation in book 1 was showing that it being conjugated like a regular verb. Change that to polite. Yeah, Kiri. So, after all of that, what I can tell you is that this website here is correct. Okay, it is correct. Whereas Google Translate, I believe, I don't know if I can go back to what I had it before. Yeah, kireru. Kami or kireru? I don't. Maybe I wrote that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I wrote that. So maybe Google would have got it right. So maybe if I try cut the paper. So it's more kami or kiru. Let's look over here. Let me just check that. So casual. Yeah, I just think that Google's definitely got that wrong. Kami or kiru, unless there's another kiru. Yeah, I think Google's got that wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's me misunderstanding something about this. Although this is to break or cut off, isn't it? Ah, that might explain it then. Maybe I'm looking at cross purposes here. Because kiru was to cut, wasn't it? So this was to break or cut off. You wouldn't break or cut off paper. So, yeah. Okay. So this is why study is important, folks, because some of you who may be experienced with Japanese will be looking at this thinking, well, what the hell are you doing going down this rabbit hole? But I think most people learning a language will identify to this process where I got confused. Okay, so here we are. Kiru, to cut. So, yeah, so you can see the dictionary form. It's just kiru. And of course it's not an iru or eru verb, so it'll become kirimasu when you want to make it polite, which is, where is it? Oh, it's just underneath kirimasu. Yeah. So you basically change the ru into the e form, which becomes ri, so kiri. So yeah, mas. Okay, so I wonder you can. Yeah, kami o kiru. Yeah, cut the paper. Kami o kiru. Yeah. And then you can, obviously, you would probably add something like. Obviously, please cut the paper. Kami o kiru kudasai. Okay. Of course, obviously, it takes one little thing to change it. So, kami can mean God, it can mean hair, and it can mean paper, as far as I know. It might have other meanings as well, but it all depends on the kanji, really. So, please cut your hair. Yeah. So, that's why study is important, folks, because I've now embedded in my head a bit more clearly that there's kireru rather, which is to break off. So to snap something, I guess. Can't think of something. Maybe you could say, I don't know if this is right, but maybe you could say something like monosaji, which does it have? What's ruler? I thought it was monosaji. Mono. No, it's not a particle. Mono thing. Okay. That's ruler. Well, there it is, monosaji. No. Yeah, okay, fine. So, could you say monosaji measuring rod? O ki re mashita. I ran out of measuring rod. I wonder if it was like I snapped the ruler. And before. Kireru. To expire. To break. Oh well, anyway, it's a rabbit hole, but you can see how it helps anyway, so. Anyway, Kiri. I will hopefully not forget that for a while now. Oh god. That first one is big, so. Taisetsu? Correct. Can't remember what it means, but it's Taisetsu anyway. That one is yen. That one means direction. Ha, zu, re, ru. Okay. Okay. So this one was to break off or snap. Ah. Can we cut, snap, break? It's just because I'm not using these exact phrases, but that's what I mean anyway, so. The music stopped. Of course I want to. Let's close some of this. Okay, to break. No! Oh god, it's changed. And I'm not doing very well in this session. I mean, this one means it's tensai. It's genius. This one is origin. Okay, so this one is to be disconnected, I believe. Yes. This one was kireru. Yay. Okay, this one, taisetsu. What does taisetsu mean again? I've forgotten. Big cut. Important, precious, or valuable. Okay. There was something about a big cut there, so. And there is the katana radical in here, so yes, back when decisions were made with swords, a big cut is going to be important, especially with a couple of samurai. Skillful in charge and making one big cut is the most important thing they'll do in their lives if they live. So yeah, this one is tai, or dai, meaning big. We've got a katana or sword radical in there. And we've also got shiji, which is 7. Not sure where that figures in, but there you go. But yeah, this one's big cut, if you imagine what the katana is going to do. So, big cut. Yeah, it's important. Okay. Oh, man. To be stopped? No. Oh, really bad review session. To stop something. Or just to stop. Important. To stop something. I need to. Yeah, thank you. That kanji reading. It's not fuyu. Oh no, it is. Okay, remains the same. I thought it was a vocabulary reading. Good. That wasn't a great session, folks. I usually do a lot better, but there was a lot of new stuff in there as well that I hadn't yet reviewed. So interesting. Okay, so, and I now have 20 lessons. I think I'll leave it there, folks. I hope you found that vaguely interesting in the process of me learning Japanese and what goes into it, really. So, I'll see you in the next one of these.